Welcome back to Movie Explained in English. Today I am going to explain a movie, titled, The Imaginarium of Doctor Parnassus. As the film begins, a small old theater is shown. Along with the theater, there was a circus, but it was done in an old-fashioned manner. That's the reason none come to watch their show in this modern era. This theater employs 4 people, one of whom is their senior leader, Doctor Parnassus. He is an elderly man who has dressed as a magician. Dr. Parnassus drinks a lot, and his daughter is also included among those people named Valentina. One of them was a dwarf man and the fourth was Valentina's friend. Valentina's friend was trying to gather people this time while dancing. Even then none comes to their show and they become furious. They didn't gather people to watch their show, however. There were some drunk drug addicts present, one of whom was staring at Valentina. Even he starts chasing them. Here, we discover they actually have a strange mirror. It was a magical mirror and Valentina moves inside the mirror to escape from this drunk person. He also moves behind her into the mirror. Moving inside, the man finds the place is huge and strange. He ignores it because he believes he is drunk and is seeing all of this as a result. He again starts searching for Valentina, but she hits him with a leg while escaping from him. Later, she beats him and comes out of the mirror, but the man couldn't come out of there because he was stuck there. First, his face swinges, and then the place transforms into reality, what appeared to be a fake before. It was a terrible forest, and the man starts seeing the weird animals and creatures. Even a thing like a hand drags him towards the sky, but then it leaves him and nothing happened to the man when he falls down. Now it was clear this isn't a real world, it was an imaginary world created by a human's memory, fear, or good or bad deeds. The human will see the world as his thinking will be. Here, the man has 2 options. One good and one bad. He takes a wrong turn and goes on the way where there is beer because he wants to drink it, but there was a blast as he moves there and the man disappears. The police arrive in search of the man outside the theater, and his friends were concerned because they couldn't find him. How did they suspect that mirror? Because it appeared to be a normal mirror. Dr. Parnassus informs the cops that he may leave through the back door because he isn't here, and they present their show elsewhere. A child moves secretly inside the mirror, and the situation remains the same. No one comes to watch their show. They do their hard work, but even then it was useless. The good thing was, Valentina sees the kid moving inside the mirror. She points her friend to move inside the mirror to go behind that kid. He moves behind the child and discovers him playing the game in a world that appears to be real. Because the child's thoughts were this world was created for him. It is obvious this is done by the magical mirror. Now the parents of the kid start shouting, being worried outside the theater. They were making a noise and Valentina's friend comes out after a short time. He tries to persuade them to understand and be quiet. Meanwhile, a curtain falls in which there was the kid, and his father scolds him. It was pointless for them to perform here, so they were leaving to go somewhere else. Valentina's friend asks her age. She informs me that I will be 16 in a few days, and Dr. Parnassus is concerned about her age. Later, he calls Valentina and tells her story and says, I used to tell stories to everyone when I live in a temple along with my soldiers. We believe the world is dependent on those stories. The devil appears one day and begins by asking me numerous questions. Later, it closes my companions' mouths with which they will not be able to say anything. The devil said, look, this world is functioning properly, which means it is not functioning on your stories. The devil also set a bet, but I lost it and the devil won it. Parnassus did not tell the entire story and leaves it swinging and didn't tell what happened next. Suddenly, Valentina's friend starts shouting. She comes out to check and he says, look, there is a dancing shadow in the water. Valentina makes him understand that there isn't any shadow in the water. Actually, someone was ending himself while swinging from the bridge. Valentina was correct, and there was a man who had been swinged. Now they move to the man and somehow bring that man upside together, and he wasn't breathing properly, and they find a pipe in his mouth when they check. He breathes after taking out the pipe and comes to his senses after it. This pipe was already in his neck when he was swinged, which is why he didn't die even after he was swinged. They take the man with them, and the next day, he was behaving weirdly as he comes to his senses. He was saying, I didn't remember anything and I think I have lost my memory because I even didn't remember my name. Who am I? Later, he joins their team as Parnassus said, and he also gives him a name. He says, from now your name will be Tony, and now Tony will be a part of their theater. Valentina and Tony gradually become friends, and Valentina's friend becomes jealous as a result. One day they were performing the show and Parnassus falls down because he was drunk and his head gets injured. Then we discover Tony is experienced to gather the people. Now they postponed their show because Parnassus was injured. The devil appears at Parnassus that night and says, "I will take Valentina with me when she reaches the age of 16. The bet which Parnassus lost was actually this, and Parnassus doesn't want to give her daughter, Valentina, to the devil. He again bets with the devil that if Parnassus collects 5 souls before Valentina becomes 16, Parnassus wins. In return, the devil will not take Valentina with it, but if Parnassus couldn't collect 5 souls, the devil will take Valentina with it forever. Parnassus will lose the bet because of it. Now, Valentina will reach 16 after 2 days. Parnassus has to complete his bet within 2 days. Now, Parnassus has to collect 5 souls within 2 days. The magical mirror is used to collect the souls where the imaginary world opens. The human souls are taken by the devil or Parnassus, who went to the magical world. Tony was selling the tickets in the next scene, and Valentina's friend takes a lady forcefully into the magical mirror with him. Few people were behind them due to it. The dwarf fires some firecrackers to escape and they arrive at a location where there is no danger for them while fleeing. Because Tony was wise and cunning, he brought people while trapping them to watch their show. Even though he forces people to prove himself, Valentina's friend was not good in all of this. This happened because of him. Now many ladies were with the devil in the mirror, means now Parnassus can't take their souls. Now the devil has occupied them. Now Parnassus tells another story of his life to Valentina. This is a story from many years ago, and he tells, one day when my dwarf friend and I were performing tricks on the road. Then a girl arrived and left after giving us some money. I liked the girl as I saw her and I wanted to marry her. I wanted to own her, but she was young and beautiful, and I was old. Even so, the devil has granted my wish. After it, I become young and married that lady here. The young Doctor Parnassus is shown with the lady in a boat. The devil satisfied Parnassus' desire, but it must have demanded something in return. He must contribute something. Doctor Parnassus and his wife get old together after many years. They had a daughter, whom they named Valentina. After it, Valentina's mother died. They put on another show, and Tony brings a few ladies while trapping them. Even then they make them ready to move inside the mirror. The world of imagination created by her thoughts as she moves inside the world becomes as it is in her mind, and she even sees the person she loves. The lady enjoys this imaginary world. Tony takes her out in the end, and now seeing the lady excited, the others also wants to move inside the mirror. Whoever emerges from the mirror gives them his or her entire money because they have seen things in the mirror that they have never seen in their entire life. Likewise, 4 ladies move inside and come out happily. As a result, their show becomes popular. They also make a lot of money, and the devil was aware of all of this. Parnassus tells it with gestures that I have collected 4 souls. Meanwhile, a gang of goons arrives, one of whom recognizes Tony. The goons were behind Tony, and Tony moves inside the mirror to escape. Actually, Tony's memory has returned and he recalls who they are. They are dangerous goons, and the goons also move inside the mirror to catch Tony. Valentina's friend also arrives with them and hears their conversation. They were talking that Tony has stolen their money and now he has to return their money. Valentina's friend wants to save Tony, but one of the goons makes him faint while giving him a hard punch. It was an imaginary world, and a statue of Parnassus emerges from the ground to stop them and asks them to leave quietly. There was a huge explosion as they ran and moved inside the clothes of a giant lady. Here they die. We are told if a person attempts to do evil in his or her thoughts, the devil will take him or her to hell. The head of the giant lady separates and the devil is shown coming out of her. It means the souls of the goons have been collected by the devil. Now it has 5 souls, so he wins the bet. Valentina's friend comes out of the mirror and Tony also tries to come out, but he couldn't. He has done something evil and we will know it later. Valentina's fiend tells them the truth about Tony as he comes out. He is a thief who robbed many people. He duped people, then fled after robbing them. That's the reason the goons are behind them. Tony isn't a good human, and I feel that day the goons swinged him on the bridge. Valentina sees the evil and then asks her father about it. Here, Parnassus tells her about his bet. When I have a child, the devil will take him or her when he or she is 16 years old. Valentina, you have reached the age of 16, but she is enraged at her father for placing the bet. The mirror has affected Tony, and he comes into his imaginary world here. Tony spends a good time with Valentina. Tony is a famous and rich man in this imaginary world, and Valentina is his wife. Valentina recognizes her friend's voice because he has also arrived in this fictitious world. He has a newspaper in which there was news that Tony is a liar. He robbed many people's money while making them fool, and it was actually the money of poor people. Tony becomes enraged and he starts fig-hit NG with Valentina's friend. This fictitious world begins to end at first glance. Valentina's friend was about to fall in a dark world, but she saves him while holding his hand and wants to bring him upside. Her friend says to Valentina, "I like you." He says, "I want to marry you." However, his hand slips from Valentina's grasp and he falls into the dark world. In the imaginary world, humans can go missing. This happened to Valentina's friend, who went missing in the imaginary world. The devil appears in front of Valentina, and because she was angry with her father, she moves happily with devil. The devil bets with Parnassus, "The last time that I will give you, Valentina, in exchange for Tony's soul. I will not take her with me." Then, while playing a trick on Tony, Parnassus swings himself with the pipe in his neck to save his daughter. Later, Tony saves Parnassus and wears the pipe on his neck. Following that, a few people swinged him because Tony escaped due to the pipe. This time, he was hoping that he will escape because of the pipe. Parnassus has deceived him and the real pipe was on his neck. Due to it, Tony was swinged and died. Likewise, Parnassus wins the bet and asks the evil to give him his daughter soon. The devil leaves while saying to find his daughter himself. Parnassus is shown begging as a beggar in the next scene. Valentina walks forward after handing him money, and she has jewelry on her foot. Hearing its voice, Parnassus recognizes it as her daughter, Valentina. Then he starts finding her in the nearby shops and finds Valentina and her friend who got married. They were content and had a daughter. Parnassus was overjoyed as he watched this from a distance. "Will you not go near them to tell them everything?" the dwarf asks. Parnassus smiles after hearing this, and then he and his dwarf companion perform a show for children. This concludes the movie story. Please subscribe the channel and help the channel to grow. Thanks for watching.